it's crisscross applesauce, or whether it's a yogi sit, which is just one foot in front of the other. And then eventually, you can do half lotus if that's comfortable for you. That's a hip opener. Or full lotus, which is pretty comfortable when you get your hips to start opening. And it also helps you to be able to sit longer for time. So a lot of people use the full lotus for meditation. But this will do for now. And even sitting this way on the floor, just like this, will help to open your hips. So everyone stores emotions in their shoulder area, and women especially in our hips and pelvis. But everyone has a tendency to hold their feelings in those regions. So anytime we can open the chest, the heart, or the pelvis and the hips, it's a good thing. So just feeling your sit bones connecting with the earth. Those are your roots, so anything that's touching the floor is your base, your foundation. And just close your eyes and focus at the point just right up between your eyebrows, about an inch above the bridge of the nose. Just bring your focus with your eyes closed there. And begin to notice your breath. What's the quality of your breath? Is it slow and easy? Are you nervous and breathing a little more shallow? Are you frustrated? Now meet yourself where you are, whatever emotion you're carrying, whatever feeling. And begin to deepen the breath, first taking the air consciously into the bottom of the lungs, feeling the ribs expand in the middle of the lungs. And then at the top of the breath, you're feeling up the top of the lungs, and there's a natural pause before the exhale, releasing the air from the top of the lungs, the middle of the lungs, and the bottom, pulling the navel in and up to release that last bit of air. And then when you release the belly, your lungs automatically start filling up again. So now that you know what it feels like to have full lungs, see if you can do a smooth inhalation, filling the lungs all the way to the top. And do this a few more times on your own, and it's normal to get a little lightheaded when you first start changing your breath. If you've ever noticed a newborn, this is the way that a newborn will breathe. Their belly filling up with air and lowering as they exhale. We're born breathing this way, but our emotional patterns change that. Those of us who are mothers, we've watched our babies breathe, especially when we're new mothers. I would wake up all the time just to make sure. And notice now how you feel in your body, just changing the pattern of your breath. Do you feel more grounded, secure, or is this hard? Sometimes it's hard to erase old habits. One more deep inhalation. Exhale. Now slowly open your eyes. And before we begin our sun salutations, we're going to learn a new way of breathing that we haven't done yet. And it's more of a meditative breath, so that your movements can feel more like a meditation. So for me, I don't sit still well. My mind likes to be occupied constantly, all the time. So this type of breathing gives me something to focus my mind on while I do movement. So it's called Ujjayi breathing. It's the victorious breath. And you make the sound of an ocean in the back of your throat. So you're breathing with sound. So if you think about opening up all this area, the back of your throat, you'll immediately notice that it makes a sound kind of like if you put a conch shell up to your ear and you hear the ocean. That's what the breath sounds like. So I do it by placing the tip of my tongue right behind my front teeth and opening the back of my throat. So let's see if we can try that on the next inhale. And this is all through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. So if you can hear yourself or hear your neighbor, you know you're doing it right. And it does take some practice. So as we practice, see if you can sustain that breath. So with that, we're going to come to the front of the mat and begin a basic sun salutation. So we did this last class, and we're going to go through everything the exact same way, maybe adding a few little tweaks here and there that we did last class, so that we can start to build a routine. And this is something that you can repeat when you go home. So whatever parts that you can remember, and all the things that we'll be doing today can stand alone. So you can do any of these movements by themselves. You don't have to do it in any certain order, but it's always good if you can remember the flow to start with sun salutations, because it stretches your entire body. So with your feet either hip width apart or together, whatever feels good to you. Root down with all four corners of your feet. Lift your toes so that you can feel all four corners of the feet, and then place the toes. Spread them out. These are your roots. Firm the thighs. Press the thigh bone back into your hamstring, and with that motion, tuck the tailbone, lifting your lower core. Draw the shoulders down and back. And the last thing is the neck lock, and it's all of these are called locks. So you just kind of keep your chin level with the ground. Your gaze is soft out in front of you. And this is Samastitihi, mountain pose. With the next inhalation, bring your arms up and overhead, and we'll try to flow with the breath this time. Exhale, fold. Now if you don't reach the ground, place your hands wherever they come, your shins, your ankles, whatever. Inhale, lift halfway up, coming onto your fingertips, or again, you can put your hands on your shins. Exhale, first the right foot, left foot, come down onto the knees. Point the toes away. Inhale here. Exhale, lower chaturanga. So coming forward with the chest, brushing the elbows close to the ribs, drawing the shoulders always down and back. Inhale, baby cobra. Everybody start baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift up through the core and back. Downward dog. So this is the first downward dog, and if you have trouble putting weight on your wrists, or if it's too much, you can do puppy pose, which is down on your knees and coming back, putting your head onto the floor. But if you can do a full downward dog, then you can tread this first one out. Make it feel good. Remembering to put the weight into your hands, into those first knuckles, so that you keep the weight out of your wrist. Breathe deeply. Remember your breath. Draw your navel to your spine. Inhale here. Look up between the hands. Exhale, right foot, left foot, stepping to the forward of your mat. And lower, full forward bend. And then inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Gaze is right over the top of your fingertips. So reconnect with your breath, your body. We're building a flow. We'll go through the next one a little faster. Exhale and prepare to begin. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Really pressing that thigh bone back into the hamstring. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, right foot, left foot, knees down, toes back. Inhale here. Spread your fingers. Give yourself a really good wide base. And then exhale, brushing elbows to the ribs, down. Inhale, leading with the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, lift through the core, press up and back, downward dog or puppy pose. Whichever feels good to you. So I'm going to breathe here just a moment. Again, putting the weight, thinking of your palms as suction cups. Putting the weight into that first set of knuckles there. Inhale. Look up between the hands. Exhale, right foot, left foot. You're in half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, rise, lead with your heart. Navel to spine, up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, so now I'm going to just give cues and watch folks so I can see how you're doing and help you troubleshoot anything that doesn't feel right. And again, puppy pose is always an option. So it's just on your knees and you're still getting that shoulder opening, letting your heart just melt toward the mat and your forehead on the floor. So if you're in downward dog, curl your toes, exhale, right foot, left foot, inhale, halfway up, exhale, fold, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll go one more time. I'll do it with you this time. Everyone's exploring and looking good. Exhale, prepare to begin. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot, left foot, drop the knees, point the toes, inhale. Exhale, brushing the elbows next to the ribs. Inhale. Or full cobra if that feels good to you. Curl the toes, exhale. Breathe. Look up between your hands and on the next exhale, right foot, left foot, inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay,